Senator Edwards and Elizabeth Edwards will literally be crisscrossing the Buckeye State, trying to hit as many communities as they can.
The area's new minor league professional hockey team, the Steelhounds, have pulled the exclusive rights to be the dominant sports franchise at the Convocation Center. Every week, police believe more than $1,000 in fake bills moves through the valley. The bill of choice, the $20 bill. These glasses that say Ohio, the owner's daughter, Jill, got these when she was in the second grade. So it's a deep-rooted passion for football. The alleged incident happened on November 18th within these school walls at Prospect Elementary, something school officials have referred to as inappropriate touching. Plus, an Amber Alert goes out and a young child's caught in the middle of a domestic dispute. This group with the petition says taxpayers own this water plant, so they should have some say in what happens to it. At this home, an abandoned house that they were tearing down, they found human remains. Specifically, we know an arm was found. Shop owners are making sure they have these handy counterfeit detector pens. Here at the Camel Fire Department, this is essentially a full rack of turnout gear. He says, but this race has been the toughest because of that very word race. He says he's unhappy that the race card was brought into this campaign. Hey, Jerome, how you feeling right now?
Feel great. It's incredible. It's a magic ride.
Looks good, doesn't it? This is part of a 3-day final 11th hour push in Ohio when Senator Edwards and Elizabeth Edwards will literally be crisscrossing the Buckeye State, trying to hit as many communities as they can in their final sprint toward Election Day. This is Kerry's 6th visit here, his 2nd in Trumbull County, but this is an amazing crowd. Thousands of people. We're guessing about 10 to 15,000 people arrived. A sea of people into the American flag, a beautiful backdrop here. I do want to say that this looks very familiar to 4 years ago in 2000 when Vice President Al Gore was here, but I dare say this is a much larger crowd and an expanded venue for Kerry. And we received the results just moments ago. 73.5% of the membership approved to pass the proposed changes to their health care benefits. Elsewhere, the state has rehired a prison guard fired over the handling of cop killer Martin Colliser's suicide back in May. And tomorrow could make or break time at the polls. We all know when it rains, sometimes people want to stay home. Meteorologist Paul Wetzel joins us from the Weather Center with a look at tomorrow. Hey, Paul. Now, police in Boardman say these thieves are most likely the repeat offenders, as I said, we told you was plaguing the community months ago. The same ones that continually are in and out of the court system. Rob? Well, in addition to shopping, most people have taken to decking the halls once again as part of the yearly holiday tradition. Yeah. Producers are looking for men and women to play hospital orderlies, doctors, nurses, and mental patients. Maybe a role for you, Rob. Still to come.
You beat me to the punch.
I did. Still to come tonight, some suspicious fires in Warren spark an investigation there.
This is our stuff. This is our way of life. If you live here, too bad. If you don't like it, too bad. And there's nothing that you're going to do to me. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, baby.
It's that sort of attitude this Warren councilman says rules these streets. Alleged drug activity going on all hours, he says. So bold and blatant, it prompted Bob Dean to start taking photos.
What's troubling is the ages are younger every year. And now we have juveniles that are involved in the activity.
We get bombarded with calls every day in these certain areas regarding this activity. And what's disturbing about it is not only the ages, but the openness of the activities. And it's really had the effect of holding these citizens who've been there for years and years, who's retired and now want to enjoy those neighborhoods. They're living like hostages, and
we went out to see for ourselves. Minutes after we started rolling, our photographer gets hit by a rock. When a group of young children asked to be on camera, a car swerves, coming within inches of the kids. Hey! It got progressively worse. Neighbors complained to us off camera. Teens claiming to be part of the gang KOS, or Kings of the Street, get agitated by our presence. Most of the audio we can't air. Problem is, authorities say it goes far past bad language. Violence has come into play here. Even this kid seems to know where it all may lead.
I don't even picture me living till I'm 18.
Charred, gutted ruins now. But for 25 years, it was a home for 77-year-old Betty Weber and her son Joe. He was at work when the fire broke out.
My supervisor said bring your coat, hat, and your lunchbox, and punch out. And I figured something happened.
To be driven from your home is heart-wrenching enough, but especially right before the holidays. And most of the folks who lived in this apartment building were elderly and didn't even know the building was on fire until emergency crews arrived.
And a bang come on the door. I thought, what the heck? I opened the door. He said, get out, fire.
Dozens of people like Betty grabbed what they could. She manages to throw on her robe and now sits in a hospital waiting room, her son by her side.
We walk to work. I walk with him every morning, and I come home. I go through my walking myself because my husband, he passed away in 2001.
You don't know what to expect, but all you have is prayer, and that's why I prayed all the way here.
Larry Alexander and his sisters find out Mom, Althanette, is doing well. Like so many, she's being treated for smoke inhalation. Others just needed a warm haven and comforting. And while physical belongings are gone, there's a sense of gratefulness for being together and alive.
She's safe, and that's the most important of all, that we still have her. Those things can be replaced, but we can never replace Mom. Similar
sentiments among Betty Weber's family, who will celebrate her birthday tomorrow.
She's my grandma and I love her. And I'm glad she's okay.
Marquis says he was holed up in a yellow car with 4 masked men.
Dinner time for Venice Thomas. A mother of 5, she keeps close tabs on all her children. But tonight the whole family is a bit unnerved. It all began yesterday afternoon when Venice's 11-year-old child was late coming home from school.
Because my son came in hysteric, he was screaming and crying. I couldn't see no white in his eyes. His eyes was bloodshot red.
Little Marquis Scott, a 5th grader at Summit Academy, says after the bus dropped him off, he was approached by a group of boys in a yellow car here on Rush Boulevard. He says they kidnapped him.
The bus actually stops at that light right there, but Marquis said the kidnapping happened at Philadelphia and Rush. He said 2 men were walking on the street, 2 were in a yellow car. They pulled him into the vehicle, then searched his pockets.
Did you scream? Did you ask them why they were taking you?
Mm-mm.
Were you afraid?
Yeah.
What did you think they wanted?
Money.
Marquis then says they threw him out of the car here at Taft Elementary. He wasn't physically hurt, but he and his family are now terrified, thinking what could have happened. She wants to know why the bus can't drop her son off in front of her house from now on.
And I'm upset because this is the safety of my child. If this bus is riding past back and forth my house, why can't he be dropped off in front of my house since this incident happened to him yesterday? Because if they wouldn't have threw my son out this car for him to make it home, I'd be looking right now searching for my son.
It is a place that seems to breed glory and honor, never more profound looking than at sunrise. And for most, it's surrounded by a mystique.
I think in a certain sense the mystique is more of people don't understand or know what's going on down here.
We all know about the grueling runs, the never-ending drills, and exhausting physical challenges. It's what local recruit Evan Bianchi was preparing for.
I was expecting the physical part, so I got ready before I came down to Paris Island, working out and physically training. But I honestly didn't expect the mental part to be so straining.
Any Marine will tell you it's probably the most difficult part of training.
Keeping them busy, never really stopping, just they're always going, make it as stressful as possible.
Outwardly, they will condition their bodies, learn hand-to-hand combat and martial arts, and be told when to do it, even when to hydrate themselves. They will struggle. But it will continue to be the mental discipline that gets them through. DIs demand it, and there is no tolerance for a mistake.
You give it up! Just hold on. Go away, baby. Just go away. Go away.
It's just as
as intense for female recruits, and at one particular moment, much more personal.
I'm on your face!
Oh, I tell you what, any day.
It might seem severe, but it's all about discouraging individualism and rewarding teamwork.
If someone gets behind, we step each other and help each other out. Just make sure everyone stays in the same level so that way we can all graduate on time together. Everyone has a problem in some area. We all need some kind of help.
Jason Bass's weakness, balance. Even as he stands waiting, eyes forward, he admits to feeling nervous for this particular drill. He's already seen the unsuccessful attempts. Even then, the endless barrage continues. Drenched and trembling recruits told to sing the Marine Corps anthem.
Okay, sing some nice, sing some nice.
And you're not done until you're told you're done. A lesson Jason learns yet again when he quits the rope drill too soon. It's all about pushing yourself to the limit. There is another rarely talked about annoyance during all of this.
This is the worst part of recruit training. The worst part. I can't. They're so annoying.
The sand fleas. They bite, and recruits can't swat at them ever. More testimony on discipline. And discipline in the way of etiquette. When female photographer Amy and I were around recruits, they better take notice.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, gentlemen. Go ahead, sir. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, gentlemen.
Attention to detail, making the recruits go back and do things over and over again to show them this is the right way, it's the only way. If you don't do it this way, later on, it could cost you in combat.
It's a lesson drill instructors won't let them forget.